Hello, Internet, and welcome to Unknown Facts. Today we're exploring the dark side of video games, when play turns deadly. From Mario's pixelated worlds to sprawling RPGs, gaming is a global passion, but sometimes the line between fun and obsession blurs. We're diving into 7 shocking cases where gaming led to real-world tragedy. These stories aren't just headlines, they're sobering reminders of the risks when digital escapes go too far. We'll examine extreme addiction, in-game conflicts spilling into violence, and the psychology behind these events. This isn't about demonizing games, but understanding the dangers when things spiral out of control. So, put down your controller for a moment. This deep dive might change how you see your favorite pastime. If you appreciate thoughtful analysis, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration. Let's get started. Our first story takes us to South Korea, a nation renowned for its technological advancements and vibrant esports scene. The heart of esports culture, where gaming isn't just a hobby, but a way of life for many. These PC bangs or internet cafes are more than just places to play games. They're social hubs, training grounds, and even potential career launchpads for aspiring professional gamers. In 2005, Lee Seung-seop, 28, found himself drawn to this digital world. He entered a PC bang in Taegu to play StarCraft, seeking refuge and excitement within its virtual realms. A game he loved, a strategic masterpiece that demanded focus, skill, and unwavering dedication. Recently unemployed, facing the pressures of a competitive job market, Lee sought comfort in the virtual world, a place where he could escape his worries and find a sense of accomplishment. He dove headfirst, launching into a marathon session, fueled by a desire to forget his troubles. For 50 hours, an astounding amount of time, he barely ate, neglecting his body's basic needs in favor of the game. Slept or moved, his physical well-being fading into the background. He was focused solely on commanding his Zerg army, lost in the intricate strategies and fast-paced action of StarCraft. Friends noticed he seemed delirious, his grip on reality loosening with each passing hour. Neglecting even basic needs like hydration and personal hygiene, his health rapidly deteriorating. The game became his reality, blurring the lines between the virtual and the real, but his body couldn't keep up with the extreme demands he was placing on it. After nearly 3 days, a full 72 hours of relentless gaming, Lee collapsed from exhaustion and dehydration, his body finally giving out under the strain. He died of heart failure, a consequence of the severe physical stress and neglect, a tragic result of total self-neglect, a stark reminder of the importance of balance. Lee's death shocked South Korea, sending ripples of grief and disbelief across the nation, sparking national debate about gaming addiction and its potential dangers, forcing society to confront the darker side of the digital age. The government responded with the Cinderella Law, a controversial measure, banning minors from online games overnight, aiming to protect young people from the potential harms of excessive gaming. Lee's story became a cautionary tale, a grim reminder of the importance of moderation. The virtual world can have fatal consequences if we allow it to consume us entirely. If we lose balance and neglect our physical and mental well-being. It wasn't StarCraft that killed him, the game itself wasn't to blame. But the unchecked obsession, the inability to step away and prioritize his health. His case forced a reckoning, a moment of collective introspection, with the dangers of internet gaming disorder, a condition that can have devastating effects. The lesson, a vital one for us all. No high score is worth your life, your health, or your well-being. Recognize the signs of addiction, the warning signals that indicate a problem, in yourself and others, and seek help when needed. The game can always be paused, progress can be saved, and the adventure can be resumed later. Life cannot. It's a precious gift that should be cherished and protected. Lee's story is a stark warning for all gamers, a tragic example of what can happen when passion turns into obsession. Remember, always, balance is everything, the key to a healthy and fulfilling life. 5 years later, tragedy struck again, casting a dark shadow over the digital landscape. The allure of online worlds continued to draw people in, but the potential for harm remained a stark reality. This time, the scene unfolded in a Chinese internet cafe, a hub of virtual connection and unknowingly, a place of impending sorrow. It was 2010, a year when online gaming was reaching new heights of popularity, but also a time when the dangers of excessive immersion were becoming increasingly apparent. A young man, seeking escape and perhaps a sense of accomplishment, spent nearly 20 hours playing World of Warcraft non-stop, his eyes glued to the screen, his world shrinking to the virtual realm. Unemployed and seeking purpose, he found himself drawn into the immersive world of Azeroth, a digital escape from the challenges of his daily life. He lost himself in Azeroth, a vibrant and captivating world that offered endless possibilities and a sense of belonging. Ignoring hunger, he pushed onward, driven by the desire to level up, complete quests, and connect with fellow players. Fatigue and reality itself faded into the background as the game consumed his attention and his physical well-being. The cafe's 24/7 environment, a haven for dedicated gamers, made it easy to forget the passage of time and the importance of basic needs like sleep and nourishment. After almost a full day of relentless gaming, the consequences of his neglect began to manifest. He slumped over in his chair, dead from heart failure, a tragic outcome caused by sheer exhaustion and the strain of prolonged immersion. He'd spent his savings on gaming, prioritizing virtual progress over real-world necessities. He ended up trading his life for more time online, a devastating illustration of the potential dangers of unchecked gaming habits. This wasn't an isolated case, a freak incident that could be easily dismissed. It was part of a disturbing global pattern, a growing trend of gaming-related deaths and health issues that demanded attention and action. Games like WoW, with their intricate reward systems and social elements, are meticulously designed for endless play, encouraging players to invest countless hours in pursuit of virtual goals. This can be particularly dangerous for vulnerable players, those who may be struggling with mental health issues, social isolation, or a lack of purpose in their lives. The industry, once celebrated for its innovation and entertainment value, began to face tough questions about its role in these tragedies. The questions revolved around responsibility and player safety, prompting a debate about the ethical obligations of game developers and publishers. Some games added warnings about the potential risks of excessive play, a small step towards addressing the problem. But the core design, with its addictive loops and constant rewards, still incentivizes marathon sessions, making it difficult for players to moderate their behavior. This death served as a grim reminder of the potential consequences of prioritizing virtual achievement over real-world well-being. The relentless pursuit of virtual achievement, fueled by addictive game mechanics, can have real, irreversible costs on your health and overall quality of life. Take breaks, stretch your body, stay aware of your physical and mental state. And remember, your health matters far more than any quest, any level, or any virtual reward. Don't let the game become your only world. Cultivate a balanced lifestyle that includes physical activity, social interaction, and real-world experiences. Back in 2012, the release of Diablo III wasn't just another game launch. It was a monumental, global event. The anticipation had been building for years, and when the day finally arrived, gamers around the world were eager to dive into the dark, immersive world Blizzard had created. For 18-year-old Chuang, a young man from Taiwan, Diablo III's release represented more than just entertainment. It was a challenge, a test of endurance and skill that he simply couldn't resist. He saw it as an opportunity to prove his dedication to the game. To fully immerse himself in the experience, he booked a private room at a local internet cafe. This would be his sanctuary, his battle station, where he could focus solely on conquering the demons of Diablo III. He embarked on his gaming marathon, playing for an astonishing 40 hours straight, fueled by adrenaline and the thrill of the game. He was determined to push his limits and see how far he could go. The game's brilliantly designed, addictive, just one more level loop relentlessly pulled him in, promising rewards and progress with every quest completed and every enemy vanquished. It's a loop many gamers know all too well. All the while, his physical body sat motionless hour after hour, as he remained glued to the screen, lost in the digital world. He was unaware of the strain he was putting on his body. Eventually, concerned staff at the internet cafe decided to check on him, noticing his prolonged isolation and lack of movement. They wanted to ensure he was all right. As Chuang attempted to stand, his body, pushed beyond its limits, gave way. He collapsed and tragically died soon after despite efforts to revive him. The cause of death was determined to be a pulmonary embolism, a direct result of prolonged sitting and immobility. This is a serious condition that can have fatal consequences. In essence, a blood clot had formed in his leg due to the lack of movement and then traveled to his lungs, blocking vital blood flow. The fact that Chuang was so young made this tragedy all the more shocking and heartbreaking. It highlighted the potential dangers that can affect anyone, regardless of age. His untimely death served as a stark reminder that marathon gaming, while seemingly harmless, can be incredibly dangerous if proper precautions aren't taken. This tragedy underscored the fact that these dangers are present for anyone, regardless of age, physical condition, or perceived health. No one is immune to the risks of prolonged immobility. The crucial lesson to be learned here is that prolonged immobility, regardless of the activity, can have fatal consequences. It's a risk that should never be underestimated. The excitement and fanfare surrounding Diablo III's launch were quickly overshadowed by the somber news of this tragic loss, casting a dark shadow over what should have been a celebratory event. The incident sparked important conversations and debates about the dangers of sedentary lifestyles and the importance of prioritizing health, especially within the gaming community. It's a fundamental truth that our bodies simply aren't designed for endless hours of sitting in one position. We are meant to move and be active, so remember to move, stretch your muscles, and take regular breaks away from the screen. Chuang's quest for virtual glory in Diablo III tragically ended in a very real and permanent game over. A stark reminder of the real-world consequences of neglecting one's health. Don't ever let your passion for gaming or any other activity come at the cost of your life. It's a price that's far too high to pay. Your health should always come first, above all else. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. Always remember to pause, step away, and take care of yourself. Your well-being is paramount. Now we turn to a case where obsession led to violence. In 2007, Ohio teen Daniel Petrick was consumed by Halo 3, playing up to 18 hours a day. His parents, concerned, locked away his game and their handgun. Feeling betrayed, Daniel retrieved both. He shot his parents, killing his mother and wounding his father, then fled with his game. The trial debated whether the game desensitized him or if deeper issues were at play. Daniel was sentenced to life in prison. The judge cited the game's influence, fueling debate about video game violence. This tragedy wasn't about a game alone, but about obsession, emotional turmoil, and access to weapons. It's a chilling reminder. When fantasy and reality blur, the consequences can be deadly. Games can be powerful, but unchecked obsession and poor emotional regulation are the real dangers. Keep perspective. No game is worth a life. Seek help if you or someone you know is struggling. In the Philippines, esports is a national passion. In 2015, a 17-year-old competed in a multi-day Dota 2 tournament. The pressure was intense, matches lasted hours, breaks were rare, and adrenaline masked exhaustion. During a crucial match, he collapsed at his computer. Despite immediate medical attention, he died, likely from a stroke triggered by stress and exhaustion. His blood pressure had soared, pushing his body past its limits. The tragedy shocked the esports community and raised questions about player safety. Should tournaments mandate breaks and provide medical support? Competitive gaming can be as physically demanding as traditional sports. In Dota 2, death is temporary, a respawn away. In real life, there are no second chances. This young man's drive for victory cost him everything. Esports must prioritize health and safety. No prize is worth your life. Gaming is social, but sometimes competition turns toxic. In 2011, Colorado roommates Lamar Roberts and Isaiah Dixon argued over Call of Duty Black Ops. What began as trash talk escalated into a physical fight. In a moment of rage, Roberts grabbed a handgun and shot Dixon, killing his friend. The controller on the floor was a silent witness to a senseless tragedy. This wasn't about addiction or premeditation, but a failure to control anger. The high-stakes nature of games can fuel real emotions, but violence is never the answer. Roberts was charged with reckless manslaughter. The lesson: keep perspective, and remember it's just a game. No virtual battle is worth a real-life loss. Emotional regulation matters. Don't let a game destroy a friendship. Play responsibly and walk away before things go too far. Our final story is the most chilling: a mass shooting at a gaming tournament. In 2018, Jacksonville, Florida hosted a Madden NFL 19 qualifier. David Katz, a competitor, lost and left the venue only to return with 2 handguns. He opened fire, killing 2 fellow players and injuring 10 before taking his own life. The attack was broadcast live, shattering the sense of safety in esports. Katz's motive: an inability to cope with losing, compounded by mental health struggles. The tragedy forced the industry to rethink security and mental health support at events. This wasn't about addiction or a simple dispute, but a calculated act by a troubled individual. The names Elijah Clayton and Taylor Robertson became symbols of a community's loss. The lesson: the people behind gamertags are real, and the stakes can be life and death. Esports must prioritize safety and mental health. Support your community. Look out for one another. Gaming should unite, not destroy. These stories reveal the darkest intersections of gaming and real life. From marathon sessions to violent outbursts, they show the risks when passion turns to obsession. The games themselves aren't evil. It's unchecked behavior and vulnerability that lead to tragedy. These are rare cases, but they highlight the need for balance, mental health awareness, and emotional control. Check in on friends, recognize warning signs, and foster a culture of well-being. Take breaks, stay hydrated, and keep real-world connections strong. Moderation can save lives. Thanks for joining us on this important journey. If you found this video insightful, please like and subscribe for more deep dives. Until next time, play responsibly and take care of each other.